There is a big difference between an acquaintance and a true friend. Temporary friends or acquaintances are in your life because you fulfill a need or needs in their lives. They do not care much about you as a person, but instead, you as the provider of a need, whatever that may be. They care less about knowing you apart from what you have and/or your influence, which can open doors for them. Despite the negative consequences, such individuals will always tell you what you want to hear to stroke your ego. You will never be wrong in their eyes, especially if you are naive enough not to sense their deceptions. They want to remain on your good side to keep getting the goodies. In 2 Samuel 16, the elders of Israel advised Absalom not to rebel against his father, David the king, but he did because of the ill advice from his friends and Ahithophel, his advisor. When he rebelled against his father and chased him out of the city, his so-called advisor encouraged him to sleep with his father's wives on the top of the palace, so people could so it as an indication that he was truly in control, and Absalom did, despite the demeaning and despicable nature of such scene. For Ahithophel, it was not about Absalom as a person and his well-being, but instead, his forcibly taking power as an illegitimate king, so Ahithophel could gain power and authority in the land to accomplish his own selfish goal. Eventually, adhering to such ill advice led to the death of Absalom in 2 Samuel 18. Proverbs 19:4 says, "Wealth attracts many friends, but a poor man is deserted by his friend." In other words, when you lose valuable wealth and influence, they will abandon you because you are minus what you had, making you useless to them. You were just a friend or acquaintance of necessity. On the other hand, a true friend is in your life because they love you as a person. True friends, very few, will even be delighted to know and be with you when you have nothing. If you gain wealth and influence, it will be because true friends were there with you in the worst moments of your life, cheering you to greatness. And if you lost everything, they will still be there with you because it is not about what you have, but who you are as a person. Proverbs 18:24 says, "There is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." Though David was a poor shepherd boy, and Jonathan was the son of the king, yet Jonathan loved David as his own soul right after David finished speaking to his father King Saul in 1 Samuel 18:1. They went further and made a covenant of true friendship with each other. This was even David was a king. A true friend will love you enough to advise you of wrongdoings, even if you do not like what he or she says, because you are loved as a person and not what you have. Proverbs 27:5-6 says, "Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but profuse are the kisses of an enemy." It is good to have acquaintances as long as you can distinguish them from a true friend. Choose your friends wisely. In life, we often find ourselves surrounded by various individuals, each fulfilling different roles.